Hare Krishna. Today our satsang, 18th chapter of Gita, 59th shloka. Lord is saying, Yad ahankaram ashritya na yosyo iti manyase nityasya vyavasayaste praktisitvam niyokshati. Translation for this shloka is, if you do not act according to my direction, do not fight, then you will be falsely directed. Then you will have to engage in the warfare. So, if you not act according to your ego, so here are the two egos. One is Lord Krishna's, one is Arjuna's. Arjuna ego is minute, Krishna ego is absolute. Because Krishna is absolute, his ego is also absolute. And it is not self-centered, because it is the absolute. It always works for the betterment of others. So here Arjuna, for the whole Gita, is started due to this concept. He is not ready to act according to the directions of Krishna, because he feels the war is sin. Now Lord Krishna is concluding the decision. He is saying, if you act according to your ego, then you will be lost. And you will be falsely directed. So what is this falsely directed is the important point. We have been directed by mind, intelligence, ego, emotions, senses, everything, consciousness. But what is this false direction? Mithya. Mithya word is used. Mithya means untruth. And direction, it is not true, false. So Krishna wants to say that you have to fight the war, Arjuna. Either by submission to me, either by surrender to me, or either I have to direct you falsely. So here Krishna confirms that he has the capacity to direct you according to his will. That is very, very important, because we are not absolute and free. We are not independent. We are subjugated. We are subjected to the will of Krishna. He can direct us like puppets, instruments. So, whatever is happening in our life is two things. One is according to our will, and one is against our will. So if it happens according to our will, then we feel satisfied. And we feel that everything is moving according to us. But if anything goes against our will, then we become frustrated. So here is the answer for this. When your will is not working, then you should understood that God's will is acting. And you should submit yourself to that. Otherwise, you will be filled with agony, misery, sorrow. And that is why the whole world is in miserable condition. Because they are not accepting the God's will. And instead, they are defaming their luck, accusing their luck, faith, planets, karma, and so forth. But nothing is the reason. It is the will of the Lord. Pandavas lost the gambling match. It is not that. It is the will of the Lord to go to forest. In the same manner, everything that is happening is also dominated by the will of God. In some circumstances, He fulfills our will. That is His greatness. But that doesn't mean that every will of us will be carried out, because our will may contradict the God's will, because our vision is micro, God's vision is macro. So these two visions may conflict at one point. There our sorrow begins. So here in the shloka, Lord Sri Krishna wants to say to Arjuna, you just hear my directions and fight. You have to fight either with your own will or against your will. With your own will, it will satisfy you. Against your will become great pain to you. And despite you have to engage in this ghastly warfare. So that point to be understood, that in our life also, we are coming across so many difficulties, so many untoward incidents, so many unwanted happenings, and that is the God's will which is encountering us. And for that reason only all our sorrows, pains exist. But when we minimized or diminish our will, subjected to the will of the God, definitely we can start enjoying the God's will, because God's will is perfect and it is for everybody benefits. It is not destructive. So even God's destruction is for construction. As one demolishes his house, old house, for new house making. So in the same manner, something unwanted in us is perished by God's will for our better future. So understanding like this, we should accept the God's will as commandment, as the judgment. And then only we will be placed in happy condition. So Krishna is saying, by your nature. So what is nature? Nature is energy of Krishna, Shakti, Durga. So Durga Mata is eternal servant of Krishna. So she will follow the commandments of Lord. So these commandments we have to carry because we are holding it. And if we encroach our will, infringement of our will make the disastrous conditions for us. Because what will happen will be the God's will. And we will be spared with defeat, misery, sorrow, and etc. So the formula for absolute peace and always happiness is always praying to the Lord that yes, your will may be carried out. And if you accept the God's will as only true beneficiary in all circumstances, it is your favorable or against, then you can place yourself in a happy condition. But if you contradict the God's will, and fight for your will's prevailation, then definitely there will be a defeat of your will and God's will be carried out. So give up all of your will and surrender to Krishna and let His will be carried out. That is the ultimate source of happiness. Thank you and Hare Krishna.